inside my own world of make-believe. Kids screaming in the cradles, profanities. I see the world through ice covered in ink and bleach. Cross out the ones who heard my cries and watched me weep. I love everything. Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush. Take my eyes open to force reality. Why can't you just let me eat my weight in glee? I live inside my own world of make-believe. Kids screaming in the cradles, profanities.
Hey guys, welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. My camera's kind of up high, but that's okay. I'm not going to mess with it. But welcome in, everybody. It's good to see you guys. I will actually be having my camera moved here shortly. So we paint it today. So yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there, guys. But welcome in, everybody. It's good to see you guys. It is the 24th. I think of still the 24th of November. It sure is. And it is a Monday. And it has felt like a Monday. I don't know if it's felt like a Monday to you, but it's felt like a Monday to me. I'm like, definitely can feel the Monday here. So it's good to see you guys. Welcome in, everybody. My name is Tanya. For those of you who don't know me, welcome back to the channel and welcome to the channel. And get comfy. You know how we do it here. Just I'm so glad you're here. And, grab a snack. Go ahead and get comfortable. Grab a drink. Grab whatever you need, all the things, all the things. I see ladybugs in here. Welcome in everybody in. I love that. Hey, kitsy cats. Welcome in everybody. Hey, Casey. Hey, Dawn. It's good to see you guys. Hey, Tempest. Hey, Marcella. Hello, hello, hello. Hey, Sam. It's good to see everybody. Hey, Java Jones. Longest Monday ever. Yeah, I know, right? I'm like, oh, can't wait for Tuesday. Oh, but before we get started, let me tell you a little story about me staying up too late streaming one night. I did not. So, when you wake up for like your parents wake you up for school and you're just like, no, I don't want to go to school, right? And you fall back asleep and then they wake you up again. That was Vincent with me this morning. He was literally being like the parent. He was like, wake up, you got to go to the doctor. And I'm like, but I don't want to. And so I called my doctor. He's my chiropractor. He's really cool. He's really, really cool. And I was like, I am so tired. I don't think I'm going to make it in at 9:20. And he was like, I got you. He's like, do you want to come out at 11? I was like, I love you. Thank you. I love that about my doctors are really cool, except for, well, not one. But the facial doctor, he's trying to not see me until January and he won't give me my results until then. So there's that on the downside. So there's good and bad when it comes to doctors. But yeah, no, he got me in at 11 and I was like, okay, thank you very much. I'll be back to my 9 o'clock schedule because I like to sleep when I'm getting my massage in the beginning. So yeah, but I was exhausted this morning. Let me tell you, I guess I don't know, staying up till like 1 o'clock. It gets to you. But anyway, for everybody that's in here that's like, what is she talking about? We don't care about her sleep schedule. We'll go ahead and we'll get in tonight till tonight's live. Hey, Casey, you're exhausted too. It's one of those days, huh? It's just one of those days. And hey, Maga Mama, welcome in. Yeah, the time change really got me. I go to this place, Java, where the chiropractor, they put you on a massage table and before they do anything to your back, and he uses one of those tools. So it doesn't really, he's not using his hands. So the sensory isn't there because my sensory would be off the chart. I wouldn't be able to do it. but with this guy, I can. Let me see. Actually, I wanted to pull up a picture of Anna. There's some news coming out in her case, so we're going to go over the newest news. Let me put a couple pictures up here. That way, in case you guys don't know, let's put a picture of her and her grandma. These came out today, so let me pull some stuff up and we'll get started. You're on double shift. Oh. My kid decided we should get up at 3 a.m. today. Oh, I love that. Oh, happy birthday to Magamama's mom. Oh, happy birthday to your mom. I love that. I love that. I love birthdays. I really do. Especially when they're not my own. Don't be like them. No, so but welcome in, everybody. Welcome back. Thank you guys for being here tonight. We are going to get into the case of Anna Kepner. We've been following this case since it started, since it kind of came out since, it came out in the news and we were able to, even know about it. But we've been going through a lot of the documents. We've went over the timeline. We've really kept up with this case, I feel like. So if you guys are interested in anything like that, and if it's something I don't talk about tonight, there is a playlist. And it's under Anna Kepner. So if you want to go over there, you can always check out the playlist. Hey, Tracy, welcome in. So like I said, go ahead and get comfortable, grab your snack, grab your drink. We'll go ahead and get into it. Before we jump in, let me make sure that, everyone's here. Is everyone here? Are we good? Checking the chat? Okay. If you are new here, like I said, hi, hello, and welcome. My name is Tanya, or Titanium Built, and on this channel we dig into true crime cases, updates, missing person stories, and sometimes we just hang out and talk about whatever's going on in the world, or whatever we want to talk about. We keep it real on this channel, we keep it respectful, and we keep it like a big group of friends just sitting around and thinking things through. So make sure, if that's something that you're into, you subscribe to the channel. We are here nightly. That's what we do. We're here every night, bringing you a new case. So tonight we do have some stuff to cover, and I have some updates I think you're going to want to hear. And yeah, so always feel free to drop, any interesting thoughts in the comments. Anything that you guys want me to look up. If there's something that you want me to look up, I sure can do that for you. So this is Anna Kepner here. She's 18 years old. And she went on a family cruise with her stepmother, her father, and a couple siblings. It was supposed to be just a fun vacation, with her family on the Carnival Horizon. But on November 7th, Anna was found dead in her cabin. And the details that have come out since then have been really disturbing. And as soon as I start talking about the case, the dogs come to the door. Hold on 1 second. Let me get my dogs real quick. They were eating, so sorry about that, guys. Yeah, come on in. Where's your sister? Araya. Oh, she's eating. Okay. Speak now, forever hold your peace. I guess I'll be back for her too. I don't know why I turn the camera off. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Hey, Brandon. She was wrapped. She was wrapped in the sheet. So that's the ding dog. So basically, I don't know if you guys can hear me, so I don't want to talk yet. Come on. Were you eating some food? Come on. Yeah, come on. Move over. Move over for your sister, Mia. Come on. Come on. No, don't growl. Come on. Come on. Yeah, come on. Move over for your sister. I know. Come on. It's such a hard knock life. They're in the same bed. But Araya doesn't like to be that close to you. Okay, I'm sorry. So what we were saying about we're talking about the way she was found. I guess a mod had went in and they went to check on, well, they didn't go to check on, I guess a mod. I was looking at Ladybug's name if I said mod. Okay, let's start that over. A maid went in to clean the room the next morning, like on the 7th. They believe this stuff happened on the 6th, or like in the morning into the 7th. But the maid was going in and this is what I heard. She was missing a sheet. They do count their stuff. They'd be looking, making sure they've got everything when they leave the room. So she was missing a sheet and she looked under the bed for it. And I guess when she did, she saw life jackets or life vest, just kind of shoved under the bed. So she started pulling those out. And that's when she saw the sheet. And I heard she took the mattress off the bed. And that's how she found her. And she was wrapped up in the sheet. And she had, the life vest on top of her, which is so heartbreaking because that's just, she was on a cruise ship with her family and somebody in her family most likely did. We know, allegedly most likely did this. But they officially have ruled her death a homicide. Her family came out and said it. And it says that she died from mechanical asphyxia. So, which basically means that she was strangled. The document also lists her fatal injury as happening on November 6th, the night before she was found. They are saying, I think it's her family though, that's more saying about the chokehold. Now, I don't know, because I heard it in the interview with the grandparents today. I don't know if they're trying to downplay this a little bit or something. I don't know. I don't know. But I'm just who keeps somebody in a chokehold for that long? I think it's 7 minutes or something it takes before somebody, I'm about to look it up, before someone dies. Hey, VIP auction group. Hey, Laura, welcome in. Hey, Princess. If you guys don't mind, will you hit the like button for me? I forgot to ask you guys in the beginning. I appreciate you. Thank you so much for being here. We'll keep going and we'll show you some more pictures. This is her grandmother. So the investigation is being handled by the FBI because it happened on international waters. And where things really took a turn is the court filings that we've gotten from the separate family court cases, not even the criminal case itself. It was the family court cases that revealed that one of Anna's 16-year-old step siblings was actually a suspect. That's how we learned that. The FBI hasn't released a name publicly, but those documents made it clear that a minor within the family is under investigation. Her stepmom has even invoked her Fifth Amendment right in this case, basically acknowledging that criminal charges might be coming against her child. There's also this really sad side, piece. Anna's biological mom said that she actually learned about her daughter's death by Googling it. That's really sad. It tells you just how messy and divided the family situation is, especially right now. But I think it's always been like that, right? I think it's been like that for a long time. This is her grandparents here again. I'm about to say they must be from Florida, but they definitely are. I forgot that's where they're from. That's a Florida outfit right there she's wearing. But that's kind of where things stand. And no one's been charged yet. But basically, she was staying in a cabin with her, step siblings, and everyone knows that the 16-year-old step sibling was the one that went in, but didn't come out. Also, you're going to hear more about his hospitalization after, remember when they docked and he got off the boat or whatever, he went to the hospital. We're going to learn a little more about that too. So what are you doing? Why don't you lay on the bed? She's laying on the floor. This dog is not even right. But there is the autopsy and the toxicology reports haven't been released publicly yet. There's also some other documents that you'll hear about tonight that those are not released that I've seen publicly yet as well. I've been looking everywhere. I looked for 2 hours tonight for them. So we'll just have to base our opinion on what the news is saying. But between, the death certificate, the court documents, and everything else the media has pieced together, it's looking more and more like someone very close to Anna was involved in this. So we're going to see. But if you guys are, into this case and you want more updates, just make sure you're subscribed. You have the bell icon, all that stuff clicked on. I don't know what's going on, but my computer looks like it's tilted. Okay. So we're going to start with the grandparents. They were on, I think this is the one that they were on. Yeah, this is it. They were on Good Morning America. Other people have taken the clip, so I wasn't sure. But they were on there this morning, 11 hours ago. And it's a stepbrother of teen who died on cruise, does not remember what happened. Teen's grandmother says. So I don't know. I can't remember. She's the teen, right? Grandparents of teen who died. Yeah, they're Anna's grandparents. I don't know. Now, I mean, let me let you listen. Okay, so let me let you listen to this, and I'll be in the chat with you guys. And I'll pause it here and there for commentary as well.
Of 18-year-old Anna Kepner.
Is this turned up all the way? Yeah, it is. Okay.
Kepner, who died on a Carnival Horizon cruise ship earlier this month, breaking their silence.
I just screamed. I couldn't stop screaming.
Barbara and Jeffrey Kepner were on board the 7-day cruise in the Caribbean with their son, his wife, and their grandchildren.
So right there, we didn't know that before. I forgot about that. Hey, Wizard Walt, where the hell have you been? It's good to see you. It's really good to see you. It's good to see you. Everyone's probably like, dang, Tanya. Sometimes where you been? I missed you. So we didn't know that the grandparents were on board also. So to me, I still can't get around that these cabins I've heard are really small and that there would have been most likely parents or grandparents on one side of them, at least one or the other, or both sides. I mean, how did nobody hear this going on?
Enjoying time as a family. Anna staying with her brother and stepbrother in a stateroom, seen here.
Do you remember the last time that you saw Anna?
We had dinner. Anna wasn't feeling well. She just said, Mima, I think I'm going to go back to my room for a little bit. And she must have felt better because she got dressed up and she came down. We were playing in the casino. She didn't win anything. And she said, Mima, I love you guys. I'll see you later. And we never saw her again after that.
The next morning, an announcement over the ship's broadcast system changed everything.
They called for a medical alert team to go to a stateroom. And when they said the number, I recognized the number immediately. The room steward that was going in to clean the room is the one that found her.
She was found concealed under the bed. I was told that she pulled back the mattress and found Anna.
What did the FBI say was the...
How do you not know? No. Now, I don't know about like going into psychosis or anything like that, because I'm not a medical doctor. I'm not a psychiatrist, psychologist, none of those things. But I wonder if when you go into psychosis or something like that, and if you do something like crazy, like, let's murder somebody, or you do something like to break the law, when you come out of psychosis, do you know what you did? Like, are you like, damn, I did that? Like, you think about it, or is it something that are you just like oblivious to it? I wonder. I'm just, me too, Cheryl. I wonder too.
Official cause of death.
The FBI contacted my son and family and told us our cause of death was asphyxiation.
Anna's grandmother said one possibility they're considering, whether it was caused by a so-called bar hold, an arm across the neck.
You take the elbow like this. They said when they took her body to the medical examiner's office, it was in perfect condition.
Kepner telling ABC.
See, now they're saying perfect condition, but what we've heard is there was bruises on both sides of her neck.
ABC News, they were told their...
No offense, but her body was not in perfect condition. She was dead.
Granddaughter's body showed no signs of sexual assault or drugs or alcohol in her system. In an unrelated custody dispute, Anna's stepmother calling Anna's stepbrother, who is a minor, a suspect in Anna's death.
Do you think he had anything to do with Anna's death?
I mean, he was in a room with her. He was the only one seen coming and going. So I can't accuse him because I don't know what happened in that room. But the summation would be that he did something.
And has he said anything to you about what happened?
I heard him, in his own words, say he does not remember what happened.
Anna's
In his own words, he said, I don't remember what happened. If that ain't an admission of guilt, I don't know what is. Because if somebody was asking me, hey, what happened in the room that night? I would say, I don't know, but I absolutely didn't kill anybody. I went to sleep. I don't know what I would say, but you know what I mean? I would say what I normally would do. But that's an admission. I mean, I don't know what happened. I can't remember.
grandmother says she sat in on a portion of the stepbrother's interview with the FBI.
He was an emotional mess. He couldn't even speak. He couldn't believe what had happened.
Anna's
This to me is Anna's grandparents. I mean, they're really taking up for this guy. For some reason. Like, I mean, why would she be sitting in on the interview? Like, why would she? Like, this is Anna's grandmother. They've only been married. They haven't been married that long, y'all. They just got married. Do I have that part up? They got married. Let me see if there's a date. 12/23, 2024, maybe. So not even a year. And grandma's like taken up for him, like, well, he said he didn't remember. Well, maybe it was a bar hold. Maybe it was him putting his hands around her damn neck. That's why there was prints on the side. And they knew she was asphyxiated because her, I can't even think of the bone now. The bone that is right there, it was probably broke. And that's how they knew.
Parents say she and her stepbrother were close.
They were just like brother and sister.
What else could you tell me?
Pausing it again. Just like brother and sister. I'm going to tell you right now. Brother and sister, when a sister or a woman or girl is sleeping in her bed, you don't go in there and try to lay on top of her. My brother's never done that to me. I'm just saying.
About him.
That he was a good student.
Played soccer.
He played soccer, very quiet young man. He had demons, I think, in his past. And
why are we not taking the time to talk about Anna? Am I losing it? Is it me? Am I losing it? I mean, if that was my grandma, I'd be like, you better be talking about me.
he was trying to deal with those.
Anna's stepbrother has not been arrested or charged with the crime. Attorneys for both the stepbrothers' parents did not respond to ABC's request for comment. The FBI and medical examiner's office also declined to comment. Anna's family focused now on honoring their granddaughter, a high school senior and straight-A student who planned to join the military.
She had purpose. She wanted to do things. And this little tiny 110-pound girl, she was mighty.
So for 3 minutes and 25 seconds, we've talked about this kid. Now the last 30, 40 seconds, we're going to talk about Anna.
Very mighty.
I don't know. I don't mean to be judgy, but it's just weird to me.
We're looking forward to seeing her grow.
What do you hope for now in this moment for your family?
I hope that we can heal. Whatever happened in that room, the only person responsible is the person that was in the room with Anna.
What does justice look like for your family?
Whatever the law says, I'm not going to advocate for anything more or anything less, and that will be for the courts to decide.
We are still waiting for the official toxicology and autopsy reports to be released. Barbara and Jeffrey still don't know exactly what happened in that stateroom. They might never know. For now, they are grieving Anna, who wanted to join the Navy and had a bright future ahead. Guys?
Absolutely thinking of Anna's family.
Wow, I had to stand up to get those dogs to move. I was like, move over. She went, the one was under the desk crying. So I was like, we're all going to lose it if I don't move them. Now we're all going to lose it again because they're growling at each other. Hold on. She is just growling. She does not want to sit with her sister tonight. She's being better. Wow. I know you don't want to sit with her, man. Sorry about that, guys. Jeez Louise. I feel like I have 2 kids. I think I do. Cruises are awesome. We use Royal Caribbean. No, VIP. I'm good on that. I don't like I can't do the middle of the water stuff. That scares the crap out of me. And, and that's scary. It's too scary. Seeing the open water, nothing else. I'm sure it's beautiful. I'm sure like those Alaskan cruises are beautiful too. I know that those are probably really pretty, but I'll just stay on land. Okay, so Fox 35 has done a lot with this case. I've watched this video, I swear, twice, and we're going to watch it again because I know that I'm going to pick up more stuff. But there's new court documents filed, and basically Anna's stepmother is trying to get this whole case under a gag order. That's what we're going to hear about. And I'm putting these in the time that they like came out too. So
continue to keep a close eye and track the investigation into the death of a Titusville teenager who was found dead on board a cruise ship. Now, we have talked a lot over the past few days and a couple of weeks since the death of Anna Kepner, who is 18 years old. Still a lot of questions surrounding what happened. The FBI has said very little about the investigation into her death, and what we have learned about that case, or most of it, has come from court filings in an unrelated case, a custody dispute in family law court in Brevard County that has shined a little bit of light on the case, on the suspect who's believed to be the 16-year-old stepbrother of Anna Kepner. And now there are some new court filings as well that talk a little bit more about this, including mentioning the fact that the FBI is investigating this as a, quote, suspected murder. This court document was just filed recently in Brevard County Family Law Division. Joining us live now to talk about this filing, kind of explain it to us, talk more about what it means and what it means for the investigation that the FBI is doing as well. I want to bring in Jose Rivas, who is a criminal defense attorney. And Jose, we always appreciate your perspective, and thanks for joining us this morning here on Fox 35 News Plus.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Okay, so you have had a chance now to look over this document, which, as I understand it, is Kepner's stepmother essentially asking for a gag order in this family court case.
Yes, this motion is about process and confidentiality. When we talk about family law court, we're talking about family. We're talking about the best interest of the children. And what they're asking the court is to, protect them, so to speak, right? Or any other parties that are involved here, and say, listen, don't talk to anyone else. Don't reveal any kind of text messages, information, or whatnot. But again, it's family law court, and family law court doesn't tell criminal court what to do, and criminal court doesn't tell them family court what to do. And above all of that, it's federal court, which obviously supersedes any of those other courts.
So this the document that we're looking at today is wanting additional filings in the family court proceedings to be sealed. They want those family court proceedings closed to the press as well, and trying to get those associated with this family court case to stop talking about it. So what would a judge who would be considering this motion be looking at as to whether or not to allow that and approve that?
Well, judges are always very hesitant to restrict information. I mean, one of the elements on the motion is they're asking the media not be present, not reveal any other kind of documentation. We cannot use family law court to hinder a criminal investigation, especially a federal investigation by the FBI. So the judges are going to be very cautious. You want to protect the interests of the child, but it's, you know, to a certain extent, not to expose them, not to for them to incriminate. But it's really not the court's job to tell a person, hey, you know, anything you say can and will be used against you. That's why they should retain private attorney, and the attorney would tell them that anything you say in this particular proceeding can be used against you. And then they have the right to remain silent. But the point is, you cannot use family law court as a tool to hinder a criminal investigation. And the judge is going to be very cautious as to what restrictions she actually places on this.
How is a family court, family law division case like this kind of different? Are the rules a little bit different between a criminal proceeding and a family law proceeding like this?
Well, absolutely, yes, they are, and they're each. But again, they don't get involved. You know, like the family law is not going to tell you. You know, if the family law prohibits contact, and the criminal law court, you have an open criminal case, they allow contact. One does not override the other. Therefore, you have to go to both courts. So yes, and the main focus is they're not really focused on the criminal aspect of the focus on during a criminal investigation, and there's certain, and also accessing, limiting access to the media and information that otherwise would have been revealed. Just because there's a criminal investigation doesn't necessarily mean, you know, you have to put a gag order in and restrict the information that would usually be allowed for public access.
One of the quotes, I want to get it right here, from the court document says that they are, one of the reasons they want the proceedings in this family court case closed to the press, because they say, quote, in the event criminal charges are filed against the minor child, referring to the 16-year-old stepbrother who's the suspect in this case, his right to a fair trial may be tarnished. Do you think there's weight to that argument, or what do you think about this argument in this motion?
I don't think that's not an argument that should be done in family law court. That's an argument that should be addressed in criminal court, where judge.
Yeah, that would be addressed in criminal court. Why are they addressing this in family court? They trying to do a sneaky one on us or something? Like pull some, I don't know. I know in Idaho, they had that gag order within within the same month. What was it? In January? The gag order came out. It was like they arrested Brian and then it was like, bam, gag order. Nobody's allowed to talk. We got like 3 interviews or something out of people. And it was like, you know, no more. So if they do that in this case too, that's just going to be, that would be crazy.
Judge, you know, that's the reason you have jury selection, and the judge will determine if there's an impartial jury. So it's not the family law court to you know, pick or protect, so to speak, the public. I think that question has to be addressed in criminal court.
But I do agree. I didn't think that they would show things from family court. Like they are making the names, I think they're like putting the names as abbreviations and stuff. But I thought that when it had to do with kids, that they didn't I thought the public didn't get that information. So I'm learning with y'all. So do you think that it'll pass for a gag order? I hope not. Yeah, no, I hope not too. Yeah. I don't think so. I don't think.
Right. What do you make of this? I want to,
because if you think, I don't know. If you think about it, I guess the families have come out and said things, and the family court is the only way we've really learned anything. So, I mean, the FBI hasn't even come out and said anything yet.
Dive in now, just a little bit kind of bigger picture here as we continue to watch this investigation, and how little information has come out from this from official sources. I mean, these family court documents are kind of the only way that information about this criminal case has really come out to this point. Does that surprise you in a case like this, or no?
Well, you know, what's interesting in this case is that it's the parties in the family law case who actually put out the statements in the motion, and that would grab, you know, public attention. Had they not mentioned any of that, if you notice, there's no information really coming from the FBI. This is an FBI agency. They do the homework before they prosecute. They're very cautious as to what information they release. So they kind of asked for this. They went ahead and revealed this information. Now they're telling the court to say, hey, listen, let's keep it quiet. Let's keep it out of the public.
So what do you think, if you had to look at your crystal ball here and see what the judge in this family court case, looking at this motion, might do, what do you think we might see come out of this?
By the end of the day, there is a remedy, right? This is a family law case, deals with alimony, custody, and they have a right to stop. If I was a judge, I would tell the parties, if you don't want to disclose any kind of information now, you have to remember the reason we're in family court for family law issues. Therefore, you could postpone, it's mute, let it sit until the criminal investigation is resolved. But don't make me, the judge, tell other parties, and that not to change how the process of the family law court just because there's a criminal investigation going on.
Right. And that's interesting to see. I think some of these things come out in these other documents. The fact that it is a totally kind of separate division of the court, an unrelated case in many respects. And to see this, but at the same time, I think if you're talking about a custody dispute there, I guess the attorneys could and kind of are making the argument that some of this stuff is relevant to what they're talking about in the family court case.
Well, you can always come forward and make the argument, but I think they're overreaching, overstepping, and asking the family law court to do something that they don't have any authority or any jurisdiction to do so. And for that reason, I think the judge is going to be very, very cautious as to what restriction. And there is a remedy. The remedy is you can halt the family law procedure until this is resolved. Don't make me tell or make a decision to that could hinder a criminal investigation.
The fact that this is a minor, that this suspect here is a 16-year-old, and that's something that they kind of discuss in the this motion asking for the gag order. I'm curious what impact that might have when it comes to potential criminal charges moving forward. If that is something that we see, could this be a case where we see someone, despite being underage, potentially face charges as an adult?
Well, the reality is that there are certain crimes that regardless if they're a minor, they can reveal the name and the information of the minor. We've seen that in other cases where there's a juvenile 12, 13-year-old, and they've revealed the name and the identity. Now, the issue becomes do we want, this court, put those kind of restrictions, and where do we stop? The reality is that this juvenile is going to be assigned an attorney. He's going to have a prime attorney, the right to the attorney, and he has the right to remain silent, but we shouldn't be using this procedure to hinder an investigation. And after all, this is the FBI. I think one of the issues in the motion says we want the father not to give him any text messages. This is the federal FBI investigation. There's no expectation of privacy. They have access to everything: text messages, phone calls, GPS for phones, regardless of whether this judge puts a gag order or not.
Interesting. A lot of things at play here, Jose. It seems like just a lot of different moving parts when it comes to a case like this.
It is, and again, I think they're overstepping on the authority. I think the FBI eventually is going to come out, and they're going to either whether they're going to charge or whether. And you have to realize, sometimes the truth doesn't matter. What matters is what you can prove, and you'll see that in a lot of cases where the prosecution will come out and say, listen, we're not going to find the charges. We just don't have enough to move forward. And the FBI has a very high conviction rate in federal court. It's like up in the 90s. If they can't prove it beyond a reasonable doubt, most likely they're not going to move forward. And that's what they're doing right now, trying to build the case prior to having a formal arrest. Well,
the FBI normally doesn't come out until they've got everything they need anyway.
And what does these court documents that are kind of, I don't want to say leaking, because it's, these are public documents, and that's not the word, that the actual word I'm kind of looking for, but kind of dripping out some of this information from this potential criminal case and this criminal investigation. Does that, do you think, have an impact on a potential future criminal case, that some of these details have been dripping out bit by bit from this other case in the family law division?
Well, there's always suspicion, of what gets, quote unquote, dripped out there. But the reality is, if this person is charged and if he goes in front of a jury at some point, the judge is going to tell him disregard any other information. We see that all the time in high profile cases, that, they can only consider what's presented to the judge in the courtroom. And again, we have to remember, if he's charged or she's charged as an adult, if it stays in juvenile court, it's the judge who makes the final determination of guilt. There's no juries in juvenile court.
There's still a lot of questions, still a lot to wait to see. Jose Rivas, a criminal defense attorney, we always appreciate your perspective and your time, and thanks for sharing your expertise with us this morning here on Fox 35 News Plus and putting this stuff in.
Thank you for sharing that with us. I just thought it'd be kind of different to see someone else's perspective, but the next video is, why does she want to? Why does she want to steal the documents? I mean, I have my thoughts on it. I mean, she doesn't want, people. I mean, it is her son, right? That's, so, the suspect in this case, and she probably doesn't want stuff to come out that's going to make their family not look that great. I mean, but that's already done. That's already been done. We've seen a lot. We've read a lot of documents. What, 4, 5, 6 documents we read? So we know what's going on, lady. You don't need to tell us, right? We just didn't realize how, I guess, messed up the family was. I mean, they've all got their hand in something, it seems like. So we'll listen to this video, and then the other one is pretty short. The next one, it just came out. So, and then we'll go over this article that I found, and it'll tie everything up in a bow that we talked about tonight. But thanks for being here, guys. I appreciate it. Yeah, I just looked that up, who was the youngest person tried. But yeah. Yeah, they found her, Mary Beth. Hey, Mary Beth, by the way. Yeah, they got her. Man.
Filed in the Anna Kepner case. And again, this is another one of those instances, just like we had last week, where we are learning more details about the investigation into the Titusville teen's death from an unrelated case in a completely separate division of court. I want to bring in Fox 35's Esther Bauer, who has been watching this case closely, been looking over all of these documents. And Esther, new filings again from this a custody dispute that continued to shed more light on the investigation into the death of the teen on board a cruise ship.
Absolutely. Yes. This is an unrelated divorce custody battle from a previous marriage. This is relating to the mother of the stepson. And again, the stepson is the one the FBI has been honing in on, and the one we're seeing more details coming out that this stepson could be linked to what happened to this Titusville teen. Some points of note in these documents, which I have in front of me right now, if I flip the camera, is it's taking this stepson going from a suspect in Anna Kepner's death to now the stepson being a suspect in Anna Kepner's murder. So the language in this document has changed, as well as in this document, it talks about wanting a free and fair trial for this stepson if any criminal charges are filed. So we're just seeing the language change. Earlier on, as we have been reporting on for weeks, Anna Kepner died back on November 7th. Since then, the ME, the FBI, have been silent. So there were questions. How did this teen die? We still have not been able to confirm, but now through these other documents, we're seeing that case, at least from this legal team involved, leaning towards a possible murder and possibly charges being filed. The big takeaway also from this document, and why it was even filed in the first place, is the stepmom's legal team is trying to ban the press and the public from any more of this unrelated family court case becoming public. They want a gag order put on this case. So all these documents that we've been pouring through, all the information that's allowed the public to learn more about what happened to this teen, they want that case sealed. So a judge here in Brevard County is going to make that ultimate call. But as we've been speaking with some legal sources, they are saying family court cannot tell criminal court what to do. And it's a very slippery slope for judges to make the call of, we're going to seal this case, we're going to stop the press, we're going to stop the public from knowing about these documents when they normally are shared publicly, as they have been going forward. So we don't have any motion by the judge filed. The judge has not made their decision on whether or not they are going to seal this case, but it is looking more and more likely, according to these court documents, that Anna Kepner is involved in a murder. Murder is specifically listed in this court document, and there are concerns about the stepson having access to a free and fair trial because of how much this case has been talked about, widely shared. So something we're going to be tracking closely. But newest developments, again, have not come from the FBI, have not come from the cruise ship, have not come from the ME. They are coming still from this unrelated family court battle.
Yeah, and that's really been the case really for this entire 2 weeks. And just get us up to speed, Esther, because I know you also reported more on Friday from some of the other documents as well. They kind of shed some light, just in case folks missed it, that shed some light on the situation on board the cruise ship.
Yeah, so, we're just hearing from family members that have spoken out online. We are seeing the grandparents recently spoke out, and they are saying that this stepson allegedly told them he had no idea what happened in that cruise ship. That is what the grandparents have said now publicly. We also reported earlier that once that cruise ship docked, that the stepson was hospitalized. We previously spoke with a retired agent who said maybe that was because the FBI had suspicions of was drugs, alcohol a part of what was going on, and they wanted to get a blood sample from that stepson if they were suspicious going forward. Now we are seeing the grandparents saying that child was in a psychosis state. They couldn't be helped, and so they needed to go to the hospital for that kind of breakdown that they were suffering from when they arrived on port. We're not hearing anything about circumstances that led up. We do know, we can confirm that Anna was staying in a separate cabin with the stepbrother and another brother. So that's something that we have been able to learn throughout this. But this was just a family vacation that went tragically wrong. And a Titusville teen who was a cheerleader, beloved in the community, had a bright future. Hundreds showed up to her funeral service last week. Her life was tragically taken. And with each new document that comes out, as new information is shared on social media, it's looking more and more likely like it was someone on that cruise in her own family that might have taken part in or been the reason Anna is not here.
Well, Fox 35's Esther Bauer, you've been digging through these documents, working your sources, trying to get information on this. We appreciate you keeping us updated and joining us this afternoon here on Florida Live.
I will have to find those documents because I have been searching everywhere for them, like everywhere. I've been on it's called the Brevard. That's like the county, their clerk's office. Like I've been on it, but I don't know if I'm like, maybe searching the wrong place. I don't know. I'm looking at it right now. I don't know. We'll have to see. Okay. So this is just a short video, and then I'm done with the videos for tonight. I videoed you out tonight. And then we'll read over this article. But yeah, no, so I don't know what is up with these people, but I need to write these dates down because they all got married, divorced, all within the same time. And I swear it looks like that Chantel Hudson was still a Hudson. I don't know. I don't know. I need to get the dates together, but the dates aren't dating. The math ain't mathing over here. So, because even when they asked her during the court proceeding, like what her last name was, she was hesitant, like about saying it. It seemed like. So, just kind of curious about that. But yeah. Okay. So they are considering this now, a murder case. This isn't just, I guess we all knew it was going to be murder when she was found under the bed, wrapped in a sheet with life jackets and life preservers and, on her, but they are officially saying it. Her family's coming out and in court documents, they're talking about it, and her family's talking about it. So
The term murder used to describe.
now I wonder how her dad feels about her grandparents coming forward and talking. Like, I wonder if he was okay, oh yeah, you guys do interview, but because he hasn't really said much. So I'm wondering, yeah. And I'm wondering why he hasn't said much.
The death of a teenager from Titusville on board a Carnival cruise ship.
It has been 2 weeks now since the death of 18-year-old Anna Kepner. Her 16-year-old stepbrother still remains a suspect. Fox 35's Esther Bauer spent the weekend digging through some civil court documents, and Esther's joining us right now with what she has learned. Hi, Esther.
Amy, so what we are seeing right now is Anna's stepmother wants a gag order put in place on this unrelated family court case. What that means is she wants to ban the press and the public from getting access on documents and also being able to attend some upcoming court hearings. A Brevard County judge will have the final say on whether or not that happens. From a suspect in a cruise ship death to a suspect in a murder.
You're talking a 16-year-old.
These new court documents say Anna Kepner's 16-year-old stepbrother is currently the subject of an active FBI criminal investigation involving the suspected murder of his mother's stepdaughter.
If this truly was a homicide, if it was, and I'll take it a step further, was a murder, they need to get that person who committed that crime locked up because they are a danger to the community.
No one has been arrested for Anna's death yet, but in these documents, her stepmom is asking a judge to seal a child custody case involving her biological children to stop any more information from going out.
You cannot use family law court as a tool to hinder a criminal investigation. And the judge is going to be very cautious as to what restrictions she actually places on this.
Jose Rivas is a criminal defense lawyer not affiliated with the case. He doesn't think a gag order is necessary and shouldn't be granted. If the family wants to stop information from being released, he says they should pause the custody battle.
Or you could postpone, it's mute, let it sit until the criminal investigation is resolved.
Anna's cause of death still has not been released. No charges have been filed against the stepbrother. And Rivas says the FBI won't do anything unless they have a case they can prove.
And the FBI has a very high conviction rate in federal court. It's like up in the 90s. If they can't prove it beyond a reasonable doubt, most likely they're not going to move forward.
And the judge here in Brevard has not ruled whether or not they will seal the case and ban the media from attending the upcoming court hearings. The next hearing date is set for December 5th. Reporting live in Vieira, Esther Bauer, Fox 35 News.
Oh, I was trying to pause it before that. Okay. Thank you, Tiffany, so much. Thank you. Thank you, Tiff. She said, hey, friend, thank you for always being here. We're always here. Thank you. Let me exit out of the two videos. I was looking actually at the Facebook groups, and then I was like, wait, I need to go over to X and wanted to make sure we didn't miss anything. So I told you guys that. This is... When did this come out? I don't know if this is new, but okay. We already knew this. I was just seeing if there's anything that... No, we knew all that. Okay. See, we would have read that whole article for nothing. That's a good question. Yeah, the suspect's biological father hasn't said anything, hasn't had anything to say. I don't even know if we know. We don't know. We don't know what he has to say because he hasn't said anything. I'm just here. I could probably. I don't know why I would show you guys this. I'm just cruising through. That's the interview we saw. Someone said not now, or now I don't even want to pray for them. Seriously, they was like brother and sister. Clearly not if he was obsessed with her, and it doesn't really matter. These folks just said he did it, but don't remember doing it. But yet he hid the body. Get a life, but cases. Oh no, God, please protect the rest of the children around the crazy nut families. Is there one person in this crazy family that cared and loved her? I guess what I said then, it wasn't that bad. I mean, I wasn't too off of it. So, because I do think that's kind of awkward that her grandparents didn't take the time to talk about her. They were talking more about him. Like he didn't, he said, well, he didn't know if he did this or not. And, just weird things. Like, it's just weird. Hey, PKC. Hola. Thank you, Tracy. Thank you so much. I'll go over that tonight. I'll go through the documents tonight or tomorrow. And then we can go over them on the next live. They better not gag that case. Okay. Because I did see that, I need to write down these dates because, I don't know, they're just really close together. I did see the medical examiner. I checked the database. It does say that they have her. It just says the date of death, 11/7 at 11:17 a.m. Gender and her name. That's all the thing, that says. If you are going into psychosis, I was looking this up because I was like, okay, what does this mean? Like a state of psychosis. It's a mental state where a person has a loss of contact with reality, making it difficult to distinguish what is real from what is not. I personally, I don't know. I don't think he was going through anything like that, but I don't know the kid. I don't know the kid. Now they better not try to make that part of their defense because that's not going to probably work at all. Actually, in Florida, it's not going to work. I'm trying to see if there's anything else on here, but have you noticed, I feel like there's not been very much on the Twitter. Let's see what the latest is, because that kid is so small too. It doesn't just shows pictures of the kid, but it doesn't. I think that we've read all this. Yeah, we've read this. That was supposed to be her uncle. He further accused Anna's stepmother and father of remaining silent. Okay, yeah. They have been. It says multiple sources, including the Space Coast rocket and national media outlets, have confirmed. I don't know who that is. Okay, November 6th, during a family dinner, Anna began feeling ill and returned to the cabin. After dinner, Tim and Connor returned to the room to change into swimwear. Connor allegedly left first, leaving Tim alone with Anna. Well, then why was he saying that he left the room to take pictures? He went back, got dressed to take pictures. I don't know. They'll notice whatever he was wearing. Connor allegedly left first, leaving Tim alone with Anna. The following morning at approximately 11, a cabin attendant discovered Anna's body concealed under the bed. Now, I've never been on a cruise. Do these beds, can you see under them? Or are they like a hotel bed where you can't really see under them? There's hotel beds, they go to the floor almost. There's I don't know how to explain it, but they go to the floor. Thank you, Tracy. Probably more than, yeah. And thank you again, Tracy, for so much. I was looking over for those earlier. Oh, wow, that is weird, baby girl. Oh, really? I don't. Everywhere I've ever stayed, you can't get under the bed. That's why I was wondering, like, so you can put like a suitcase under there, so you could fit. I was wondering if it would be hard to fit somebody under one of those beds in a cruise ship. Now we do have this picture of her, but you can't really see a bed. And someone was like, "Can we talk about this pic? It looks like it could have been taken by him. Isn't that a leg in the bottom right? It sure is." Yeah, it says, yes, I realize it could be the other brother, but is it not odd to take but is it not an odd pic to take? I mean, unless she said take a picture of me, candid photo, but I mean, she isn't even looking near the camera or like, I don't know. It is a weird picture, I guess, to take. That is, yeah, now that I'm looking at it. Okay, now I can X out this. I want to keep these up. Okay. I'm just pinning everything. Okay. So if you're just now joining us and you're like, I don't know what's going on with this case, what are you guys talking about? I'm going to go through it a little bit with you, for you. And then we'll end out the live. Because I have to go to I have an 8:00 appointment tomorrow. It's even earlier. Authorities are looking into the stepbrother of an 18-year-old who was killed aboard a Carnival Cruise Line ship earlier this month, per court documents and family statements. The victim, Anna Kepner, was traveling on the Carnival Horizon voyage when she died. Online records from the Miami-Dade Medical Examiner Department show that Kepner died around 11:17 a.m. on November 7th. When contacted on November 21st, the department said her cause and manner of death haven't been determined and her report is still pending. Her family told ABC News that she died from asphyxiation. USA Today has attempted to contact Kepner's family members, but has not received a response. They probably all got yelled at by the father. Like, why are you talking? I mean, I don't know. According to court documents obtained by USA Today, Kepner's stepmother, Chantel Hudson, was previously married and shares a 16-year-old son with her ex-husband. The pair have an open custody case. In court documents filed on November 17th, Hudson's lawyers identified a 16-year-old as a suspect in connection to Kepner's death. The FBI is investigating Kepner's death, according to a statement Carnival Cruise Line provided to USA Today. The cruise line said it is fully cooperating with the FBI's investigation. Well, yeah. The FBI told USA Today on November 21st that the FBI does not provide operational updates on its investigations except in rare circumstances. The 16-year-old child is now a suspect in the death of the stepchild during the cruise, wrote Hudson's lawyers, adding in another document that the children involved in the custody case were on the cruise with their mother and Kepner. The 16-year-old teenager, identified as a suspect, is staying with a family member of his mother in the Hernando County area, according to Florida Today, part of the USA Today network. Look at that ship. Look at that thing. That's big. Is that big to anybody else? Not like real big? Like, what's the biggest ship out there that's like, you know what I mean? Like, that you can cruise on, I wonder. That's a big ship. It's got like 15 stories on it or something. Get me down those in those lower decks. No way, Jose. Look, do they even have enough life preservers up there? I don't know. I'm over here talking like it's Titanic, but still, I mean, you never know. I guess it doesn't even have to be like that. You can just have a family member be in your cabin. When contacted by email on November 21st, a lawyer representing Hudson did not immediately respond as the case remains under investigation. Here is what we know so far. So it says, what happened on the cruise ship that day? Kepner, 18, is from Titusville, about 50 miles east of Orlando. She was found dead abroad at the Carnival Horizon cruise ship November 7th. She was on the ship with her father, stepmother, her grandparents, and step-siblings. A crew member cleaning the cabin Kepner was staying in found her body under a bed on November 7th. Her paternal grandmother, Barbara Kepner, told NBC News that the family's two younger girls stayed with their parents while Anna and two other teens had a room together, including the stepbrother now identified as a suspect in connection with her death. We had a larger room, and we made it very clear that at any time, if they weren't getting along or if they didn't want to be together, we had an extra bed in our room that they could come to. Based on security footage, the stepbrother was the only one seen entering and exiting the room Anna shared with him, the girl's grandmother told ABC News. Okay. Earlier that day, Kepner's braces were bothering her and she wasn't feeling well, so she went back to her room for a bit, her grandmother told ABC News. She eventually came back down and spent time with family in the casino. She said, Meemaw, I love you guys. I'll see you later. Her grandmother recalled she'd pop in and out to check in with us, and we never saw her again after that. The next morning, her grandfather, Jeffrey Kepner, said he was buying bingo cards when he heard a medical alert over the ship's intercom. He heard his granddaughter's room number, according to ABC News. There were bruises on the girl's neck. Kepner's grandmother told the news outlet that the teenager and stepbrother were just like brother and sister and two peas in a pod. Her ex is going to beg to differ, but I know that those two kids cared about each other in the right way. That's a weird thing to say. The grandmother told ABC News, I can't accuse him because I don't know what happened in that room. The girl's grandmother said her stepbrother does not remember what happened and she believes him. He was an emotional mess, Kepner's grandmother said, because he just got caught. I mean, he just got caught. That's why he was an emotional mess. That's making my blood pressure go up. He couldn't even speak. He couldn't believe what had happened. Yeah. That she stayed at other friends' houses because she was so uncomfortable. I believe her ex-boyfriend. I think that her ex-boyfriend, I'm going to go with him. I don't know why. I just am. He just seems like he's not lying about nothing, I don't think these people are lying either. I think this is how they really believe. Once the board docked in Miami, the boy was hospitalized for psychiatric observation and then released to family members because he got caught. He's having an anxiety attack. Kepner was laid to rest on Thursday, November 20th at the Grove Church in Titusville, lovingly calling her Anna Banana, and Sunshine. Kepner's family said in her obituary that she was bubbly, funny, and had no filter. She loved doing her makeup, making TikTok videos, and spending time with her grandparents. She spent lots of time with her siblings, taking them to the park or out for Halloween horror nights, her family wrote. She was known to send sweet messages reminding those around her that she loved them. She also loved music, her family said, adding that she liked all genres except heavy metal, and she was a huge fan of Shawn Mendes. She was set to graduate from Temple Christian School in 2026. She planned to join the U.S. Navy after graduation with hopes of becoming a K-9 officer. She was also passionate about sports and was a Georgia Bulldogs fan, her family said. She'd often dream of becoming a cheerleader for the Bulldogs. The Kepner family asked for privacy and respect during this difficult time, they wrote in her obituary. And for everyone to remember Anna with laughter, color, sunshine, and love, because that's exactly how she lived her life. She danced in the light she left behind, and it will never fade. Okay. That's the article that I wanted to read you guys. It's just so weird. Like, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how old you'd have to be to stay in a cabin by your, like, going, I would say 18, but what are you doing? You want to go out there now? Yeah, you're like in a mood, aren't you, today? Does Daddy have something? Okay, Vincent's got some food out there because the dog's standing at the door just looking at it. She's looking at the door. Okay, let me see if there's anything when I type in her name. Just everything that I said. Now, let me see this. Bless you, doggy. If you're watching on a replay, if you're watching after this and you remember, comment below. Not you. She's over there talking. Comment below any cases that you're currently following. And even if like we're following them on the channel, just let me know which ones that you're currently like really interested in. Also, if you're not watching on a replay, do the same. Did I say that? I don't know. I don't even know if I said that right. Just after the live, I got her back here doing these Chewbacca noises. I don't know if you can hear her or not. I'm talking about you, Riley. Wish you could see her face. She makes these noises like Chewbacca. Let's see if we can get her to do it. Oh, she just sniffled. She said, don't make fun of her. Come here. Now she won't come over here because Mia's in the bed. But we did get the back or the back door, like there's a front door in this room. We did get the door painted. So it looks kind of crazy though. I mean, I like it. Just looks different. You know what I mean? I'm used to seeing a white door back here. So I'll be able to move the camera more on the front of me. The angle will be dead on. And so I don't have to keep like turning towards you guys. That will help. So you could be 18 to book and travel at 18. I figured so. Hey, don't you do that? She's in a mood. She's like, it's time to go to bed. So I am going to go to bed actually, because I have to get up super early tomorrow and be ready, be at the doctor at 8. But guess what? It's like right there. It's literally, I don't even know if I'm pointing in the right place. I'm never pointing in the right place. Vincent says, he's like, why do you always point in the wrong direction when you're talking? I have no sense of direction, but I just know it's like a 5-minute walk or a 2-second drive. Actually, I think the drive might be longer than the walk. I'm not even kidding. It might be. So I might just walk. Nah, I'm not. I have some things I have to do, so I won't walk. But if you guys don't mind, take a second, hit the like button. I do appreciate that. If you're not a member yet, consider becoming a member. I always pin the link in the top of the chat. Yeah, we'd love to have you become a member. So we're going, Chewy. Thank you guys so much for being here tonight. Anything that comes up on Anna's case, I will, if it's something small, like just, something I could put into just a pre-recorded, I'll just do a pre-recorded video for you guys or a video short. So be on the lookout for those. Any of the cases that we're following, I'm going to do a couple updates tomorrow. So like Melody Buzzard, there's a small update, and I think David, there was a small update. So there's like a couple cases that are just like small. So I'll just do shorts for those. That way you guys can just watch it and be on with your day. But thank you guys so much for being here. I do appreciate it. If you're not following me over on TikTok, make sure you are. If you're not following me on my second channel, Unfiltered with Tanya, make sure you are, because it is a little more spicy over there. And Well, I'm on all social platforms, so just find me and follow me. Thanks, guys, so much. I will see you guys all tomorrow. Have a wonderful night. Bye, guys.
Some days I feel skinnier than all the other days. Sometimes I can't tell if my body belongs to me. I love everything. Fire spreading all around my room. My world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush. Hold your breath and feel the tension. Devils hide behind redemption. Honesty is a one